A little while ago, I was talking to a life group leader and I asked him how his group was going, and he said, "It's been great. Last week, he said, we opened up for questions for the guys to ask anything they wanted on life or faith or theology." And I said, "That sounds awesome. What kind of questions did they ask you?" And he took a deep breath and he said they asked about Trump, abortion, gay rights, and whether or not people who only go to church on Christmas go to heaven when they die. And I laughed really hard and I said, "That sounds terrifying." And I want you to imagine for a second, you're this life group leader and you're the leader and someone asks one of those questions and everyone in the circle looks at you. These moments are tough and they will definitely come up when we're leading our life groups. And so I wanted to take the time in this video to introduce our life group leader training theme for the month of February, which will be how to create a safe and fun place in our life groups. And coming off of this conversation with that leader, I thought, why not start with how to handle tough questions when they come up in life group? Earlier today, I was studying a book on life groups, and it reminded me of something very simple but profound. It told us that in life groups, if our students can't ask us these questions, they'll ask someone else. And not to villainize the world or villainize YouTube, but I think, man, it is such a gift when our students trust us enough to value our opinions or to be curious, hey, what is the Christian perspective on this question that I'm asking? And just as a bit of encouragement, I want you all to know that each of you is a life group leader because we trust you and we want you to be one. And this does not mean that we are expecting you to be prepared to answer these questions in an articulate, truthful, gentle way, but really just that as the life group leader, we consider it a joy when our students are bringing tough questions like this to our group. And so when it comes to handling tough questions in our life group, I just want to leave us with 2 tips in this video. And the first is this: it's to prioritize conversation over answers. And one way that we can do this is to use these difficult questions as an opportunity, not necessarily to tell our students what we know, but actually as a chance to get to know our students and what they think. Because very often what's behind these loaded questions is that they heard something from a teacher, or maybe their parents have influenced how they think, and they're starting to ask questions about, hey, how do other people think about this, or how do Christians think about this? And so in avoiding clear-cut yes or no answers to these difficult questions, I think when we use them as a time to ask follow-up questions and as a chance to get to know our students better, we'll start to see our trust increase with our students, and we might just have a better discussion on something that is probably a very complicated topic. And my second tip is more of a mindset, and it's this: it's that a bendable faith is a durable faith. And friends, I gotta tell you, when I was a high schooler, I was in an awesome life group with about a dozen guys. We all went on the mission trips and the camps together, and when we were teenagers, everything seemed so easy when it came to faith. But so many of my friends from church, when they got to their freshman year of college and they took Biology 101 or Philosophy 101 and they met someone with a PhD who thought differently than they did, it was as though so much of their faith just crumbled. And as I was having conversations with my friends over the Christmas breaks that followed, I saw how many of their views of the Christian faith was just built on clear-cut answers on creation or bioethics or things like that. And as they started to encounter people in the world who thought differently than they did, it's as though the faith they had wasn't built in a way that could handle ambiguity. And so as leaders, what can we do to set our students up for a faith that can handle encounters with the real world? And I don't like sayings, but if I was going to make a saying about this, I would say, would you allow your students the courage to be curious? Would you enable your students with an attitude that is curious about the world, that likes asking questions, and more importantly, that believes that the Christian faith can handle difficult questions? Because as we do this as life group leaders, as we equip our students with a bendable faith, I think that we'll be doing a great service to them and giving them a worldview and understanding of Christianity that can be durable and that can live onward past youth group. And so those are the 2 tips I have for you in this video. The first one being to promote conversation above answers in our life groups when tough questions come up, and to believe that with our students, a bendable faith is a durable faith. And I look forward to talking about this with you more in person. If you ever have any questions about this, please give me a call. I'd love to talk about it with you or talk about it with me on a Sunday. And that is all I have for you right now, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon.